welcome back, and for today's video we of course have my TBR jar pricks my TBR jar picks my May reads. Obviously we do this every month. I feel like this is one of my favourite videos to watch and to film, so every month I think, do we switch it up, do I try to change it? But guys, I just love doing them, so I feel like maybe we will at some point, but for now we're sticking with the TBR jar. So as for my TBR, I think we currently have just under 100 books. We obviously have my TBR cart here, and then we also have the shelf here and the shelf here. I've kind of rejigged a tiny bit since my last video. I feel like I normally have stacks of books next to me, but we've now got them on the shelf behind me. So it will be a little bit of twisting, but that's the best way for me to kind of have them at the minute, so we're going to just work with what we've got. All of that being said, we're going to do 6 books as usual. I think I don't know what I want to read this month. There's one book that I've got in the top of my head that I have pre-ordered and will arrive this month, so if it comes up, if I'm able to use a prompt to get that book, that will be being done. So the first one, the first one says friend chooses. Okay, this is an interesting one. I need to grab my phone. One sec. Okay, so I have messaged my lovely friend Emily to pick a book for me. So we're going to pick the next prompt, and then once she replies, we'll go back and find out what book she's picked. So, on to the second prompt. Oh, okay. This is a really fun one. We have indie author. Do I know any indie authors currently top of my head that I have on my TBR? No, but I bet there is one. So I'm determined to try and find an indie author. Oh, is it an indie author? What have I got here? Okay, now that I've said that, I actually don't know if I do. I feel like I must do, but oh, God, hold on. Let me just check my list. Guys, I actually don't think I do. I feel like all of these books are traditionally published. I think there are a few where they were indie books at first, but then they've been picked up. Because I genuinely don't think I have any. Oops. Jesus. Seeing as we don't have any currently in my physical TBR, we are going to pick another prompt because I'm trying to get through the physical TBR right now. So, okay. Oh my god, this works so well. We have a book with dragons. There is a book coming out this month, well in May, and that is a ballad of, oh god, what's it called? A Ballad of Fallen... I can't remember. I'm going to put it on the screen, but it is the book that comes after When the Moon Hatched, and it actually releases in May, I believe. I mean, it is towards the back end of May, so it might be a little bit difficult to finish before May. Well, June, sorry. I'm trying to think, is there dragons in any of these? I mean, there probably is. I've got a lot of fantasy. Fantasy with dragons. Do you know what? I feel like... Does this have dragons? I don't know. It's a bit annoying because I actually don't know what books do, but I obviously know that... oh my gosh. I obviously know that book, the second book to When the Moon Hatched, has dragons in it. So I feel like maybe we go for that book because I just know it does fit the prompt 100%. So another one, I don't have the physical book for it yet, but that will be arriving sometime this month. So that will be the first book on our May TBR, which is exciting. And I also feel like that will push me to get around to it. Oh god, some of these prompts are like really stuck together. So the third prompt we have is book with a one-word title. Okay. Oh, I don't have many actually. Okay, I have Sword Heart. That is not coming out of the cart. Oopsie. Okay. We have Sword Heart by T. Kingfisher. Do we have... Oh, okay. we do have one that I really do want to get to. Catabasis. I can't actually believe I haven't got around to this because I love R.F. Kuang, so that's a really good option. We do have Skype, I think it is, but that one really just, oh, you can't even see, sorry. Is it going to let me get it out? I don't think so. I've got loads of photos balanced here for some unknown reason. Let's move those. Yeah, we have Skype. I've honestly had this for like 2 years. I just still haven't got around to it. One word title. Are there any of it there? I'm trying to think of like books that I want to read, that like high on my priority. Ugh. But honestly, I think that's it. We have Sword Heart, Catabasis, Nightbane, or Scythe. I feel like I'm leaning towards, of course, Catabasis, because I really want to read this. I feel like everyone... Actually, do you know what? I'm saying that. I've heard very mixed things about this one, I think. But, wow. Like, this cover... This is obviously a fairy edition. And I feel like I really wanted to read it when it came out. And then life got in the way. Other books became priority. And I just never got around to it. Oh my god. And it's just so... Do you know what? Yeah. This has not been on TBR ever. And it is an author that I love. It's an anticipated one. It also gets a fairy loot book off my TBR. So I feel like, all in all, this is the one that's calling my name. So we're going to put this one. Our first book that we currently have on our May physical TBR. So our fourth one. Okay, we've got one with people on the cover. I actually think I know what book I want to pick for this, but I probably have a few books like this. So let me have a look. It's more probably on like this shelf because this has quite a lot of romance. I think this one. Yeah, this one has people on the cover. This one's people on the cover. As does this one. God, there's a lot. There are a lot over here that have people on the cover. I mean, are there any others? I don't think so. Because I don't feel like it's we have our Infinite Fates, Darling Daffodil's Farm, Romantic Hero, Happy Ending, and Betting on You by Lynn Painter. I won't lie, the one that calls my name the most is one that I received at a book event last month, and that is Happy Ending. I believe this has just come out, traditionally published. Not traditionally published, sorry, it's just been published in April. And I really wanted to get to it before it was released, but it just didn't happen. I didn't have the time. So I do really want to get to this because everyone says it's a friends to lovers, and it is very Emily Henry-esque. And if you don't already know, love Emily Henry. So I feel like this will be so fun. And just because it's also like the art copy, I feel like it's such a cute cover. And it's giving me like beach read, book lovers, those kind of vibes. So I feel like I'm gonna have a really good time with this one, so I think this will be the one. On to our fifth prompt now. I feel like we're doing pretty well. I'm still trying to get certain books. Oh my gosh, guys, on TBR for over a year. This is annoying. Not annoying, but like this is really calling me out because I have a lot of books that have been on my TBR for over a year. So what have I wanted to get around to that I have not? Very good question. For over a year. Do you know what? There is this one. Oh my gosh, I can't get to it. I'm really getting this at a really awkward angle. I've just got that over. Whoops. Yeah, what's over here? There was some here actually, but not really. So there's one that's been on my TBR for over a year that I also put on my spring TBR, which I kind of want to finish my spring TBR if I can by the end of May. So I feel like this is a good book to try and put in my May TBR, and that is By a Thread by Lucy Score. I feel like I've been speaking about this book a lot. I think there's been many videos or like just mentions of this because I am very aware that it's been on my shelf for ages. I'm just a bit intimidated by the size of it because, what is it, like over 500 pages, but I don't know, I've read a few Lucy Score books, but I did read them like 3 years ago, so I'm in between. Am I gonna love it because I enjoy the genre and I enjoy her writing, or is it like, oh, I'm gonna realise that I don't love it as much as I used to, kind of thing. But you know what, it's on my spring TBR. It's never been, I don't think, on like a physical TBR, so let's do it. we have 2 romances now. 2 romances, a dark academia. I think Catabatis is a dark academia, like fantasy-esque. So we've got Dark Academia, the Ballad of whatever the second When the Moon Hatched book is. So that's a fantasy. And then we've got whatever Emily picks. So I feel like we've got a fair kind of mix. And we're on to the last prompt, which I feel like we've really been quick with this today, guys. Like, I feel like normally it takes me a little bit longer, but we're flying through. So our last prompt, ooh, blue cover. Okay, this is an interesting one. What covers are blue? I feel like that has a bit of blue on it. I feel like with this class is blue, I think that's more teal. I would say, I guess say like Nightbane, that's got blue on the cover. I feel like that's probably the bluest one currently. I don't know if I want to get into that. I also have, we do have a few here. Hold on. Right, we have those 3. Let's spin the cart around. Again, blue on the cover. Oh, that's a blue cover. Okay, I feel like these are all the blue covers I have. So obviously we have Nightbane. Then we have Little White Lies by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I don't think I've seen anyone read this or talk about this. And I think I picked it up purely because I saw one person's review years ago saying something along the lines of it's like, it's very similar to Desperate Housewives, but like Bridgerton-esque or something. And I love Desperate Housewives, so I thought I'm sold. But yeah, I've not heard anyone talk about this, but I have loved her books before. So maybe this is a good shout. Then we have The Long Game by Rachel Reed. I can't believe I still haven't read this book, but I'm kind of low-key putting it off because I love them so much. I just don't know if I want to go into this just yet. I want to savor it. Then we have Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. She is one of my favourite authors, and this one I'm really intrigued about. But I've heard it's written very different. It's like very different to her other books. Like, then we have Notes on Your Sudden Disappearance. This is by the same author that wrote The Wedding People, and I loved The Wedding People, so I feel like this one would be a hit. And it's also a bit more like a general lit fic, I think, vibe. So we've got very different vibes going here, guys. I don't think I'm going to do Nightbane, purely because I just don't think I want to go back into the Light Lark universe just yet. Notes on Your Sudden Disappearance, I do want to get around to this soon because I feel like I will really enjoy this. The Long Game, I don't think I'm not emotionally prepared for right now. Alone with You in the Ether, again, I feel like this one I don't want to put on a TBR. I just want to read it when the time comes and when like the urge comes. I don't want to force this one on myself, especially because I said it's a very unique writing style. I feel like this is one where I need to say I want to read this book, if that makes sense. Not that I really stick to my TBRs anyway, but we won't get into that. And then we have Little White Lies. Both of these I feel like are really good options. What one do I want to do? I'm thinking... Do you know what? I think we're going to do Little White Lies, purely because this has been on my TBR for much longer. This one I picked up like 2-3 months ago, and even though I'm probably more likely to read that one, I think I need the push. I think I've had this on my TBR for so long. There's also a second one in this series. I think it's a duology, and they also have it. So I feel like this needs to be read. This needs to be completed. 2 books. Normally Jennifer Lynn Barnes, I've enjoyed them. They're easy to read. They're fast-paced. They'll be a good time. So obviously we still need to find out what Emily has picked for us. However, she hasn't yet replied. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send her maybe like 3 book options actually. And we'll let her pick one of those, just so that like hopefully it's a bit quicker and then she doesn't have to worry about picking something. So maybe we'll pick, why don't we do I'm actually seeing her this one for a readathon weekend, so maybe I'll like see if she wants to pick one that I can take with me for the readathon, which if we do it that way, what would I like to read soon? I feel like Lady of Darkness I'm going to put into the throw, because we did mention about potentially reading this on our readathon weekend. So I'm going to have to say, so you're picking Lady of Darkness. I'm trying to pick books I feel like she kind of would vibe with, but I'm going to put in a really rogue one, The Midnight Library, which I just realised is also a blue cover, so I completely forgot to put this one in. I really want to write this soon, but this is going to be a really interesting read, and it just really like piqued my interest. So Lady of Darkness, The Midnight Library. Let's pick one more. This is fancy. This is like kind of what you put, The Midnight Library. Really like just fiction, so maybe we'll do a romance next. Let's put in. What is to the fragrance. I'm going to put in the Four Winds because this was on my April TBR and I haven't got around to it. But I feel like they're three very different vibes. Oops. Fantasy, lit fic, historical fiction. So I'm going to send her a photo of these three books and say, can you please pick one of these? And then once she comes back to me, I will come back and let you guys know what our, technically first, but our final book on my May TBR is, and then we'll quickly run through them all together.
2 hours later.
Oh, bugger. That didn't go to plan. Hello everyone, so apologies for the bad lighting, but I actually just went out for dinner. However, Emily has picked the book for the French chooses the book prompt, so I thought I'd quickly update you guys on what she picked. She did pick the book I expected her to go with, and that is Lady of Darkness. So we're going to quickly run through the TBR one more time, and then we're done. So first up on my May TBR, we of course have Lady of Darkness, as I just said, which is picked by the lovely Emily, so hopefully I enjoyed this one. Then we have the Ballad of something something that has dragons in it. I can't remember the name of that book, but it'll be somewhere here. Then we have Catabatis by Ive Kwang. So excited for this one because I feel like I can't believe I've not read it yet. Then we have two romances. We have Happy Ending and By a Thread. Lucy School and Chloe Lees. I think it is Lees. I don't know, but we have two romances, and then last but not least we have Little White Lies by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and this is obviously a bit more like of a mystery-esque. There are photos in this, guys. Interesting. It says website Secrets on My Skin. What is, oh, there's more. There are, I like to burn things. Okay, no judgment. Anyway, they are these 6 books I will hopefully be reading in May. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Sorry, I feel like it has been a little bit here, there, everywhere. But you know what? Sometimes it's just a little bit chaotic. It is what it is. But thank you so much for watching. So hopefully I will see you in the next one. And yeah, bye. I've never done that in my life. I've never done that in my life. Don't know where that came from. Thank you for watching. Shit. God, that was really dramatic. Oh, everything is falling.